Hey everyone, Chrissy here today, and I'm excited to share this card with you. I use a bunch of Catherine Pooler supplies, so let me show you how to get this one made. I'm using the Dream Big Sentiment stamp set. Oh my gosh, this stamp set just screamed me as soon as I saw it because I love succulents. I think they're the only plant that I don't kill. I'll be honest with you, I have a brown thumb, and I kind of made this background for my brown thumb. It's kind of like a real subtle hint there. That's why I use the desert color along with the sandcastle ink. Just paying homage to my brown thumb, but then we're going to have the green succulents on there to show that I don't kill every plant that's in my house, I promise. So I'm just going here and I'm showing you real quick. I just kind of went around everything and stamped the 3 different succulents on there. I'm using different Catherine Pooler ink blocks. They're perfect because they are sized perfectly for me to go and just kind of create my own custom backgrounds as needed. I didn't have to keep switching out or anything like that because there's all different sizes available. So keep that in mind that these ink blocks, and they do stamp really, really well. I've had some blocks that don't stamp so great. These are pretty fab. So then the next thing I decided to do was stamp those 3 succulents using Twilight. I decided not to use Midnight, which is the black color, because I wanted these to be a little more subtle. I wanted this whole card to just kind of really be more like on the subtle side, not really obvious, not really in your face, with the exception of the sentiment, which we'll get to in a little bit. And then I colored in those succulents using some colored pencils along with some paper stumps and some blending solution, which is also called Gamsol. So basically what I do is I add the color to the areas that I want to be dark, the shadows, and then I take those paper stumps and I pull that color out into the areas that are going to eventually go into where the lights are going to be. So like where you have your highlights. So the dark areas are heavily saturated in the color. The light areas, it just kind of fades in there. If you feel like you need more color, you need more saturation, once that Gamsol is on there, it really, really makes the colored pencils pop. So you can add a little bit more color on top of there and blend it out again, or you can just add it on there and leave it because it really will accent that color. Your greens become really vibrant, your pinks become really vibrant. So keep that in mind. And if you don't like it and it's too vibrant, you just blend it out and nobody even needs to know it's there. So then next, I cut everything out. I just fussy cut them real quick. Wanted to keep it nice and simple. I like fussy cutting. I'm one of the weirdos out there that I actually enjoy doing it. So I wanted to prove to you and show you on camera I like fussy cutting. So all of them were cut out, and then I knew it was time for my sentiment. So make it happen, dream big. Like I really wanted that, like in everybody's face, like dream big. I think that these cards are so, I love these inspirational cards. They're so wonderful. My daughter loves giving them to her friends at school, so I try to make as many of them as I possibly can. I just kind of have them like laying around my craft room, and she just grabs them and randomly puts notes in there and takes them to her friends at school. So I'd like to always have like a nice stash of those there for her. So then I decided it was time to assemble the cards. So I'm using the Midnight cardstock as my background. That's the black. And it's just a standard card base. It was 4 1/4 by 11 and I scored it at 5 1/2. So it's a top folding card. And I'm just going to add all of those succulents on there using some foam squares. So I kind of like again, everything is very subtle with the exception of the sentiment, but you have that background kind of working with the subtle, soft images, and those images pop up a little bit. So everything just kind of, the color scheme is duller, it all just kind of works together. And then to finish everything off, I wanted to add some sequins in here. So I added in all of my sequins. I love Catherine Pooler's sequins. I love sequins. Let's be honest, I love sequins. And I especially love Catherine Pooler's sequins because there are so many different sizes and fun little things in there. And some of them don't even have holes and they're just super amazing. So this is the finished card. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks so much for stopping by today.